I don't. We're live.
We're live.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now. I'm like,
We are live.
yeah, we're live. Where's the letter page? Oh, there it
You
is.
got it?
Okay.
E.
Yeah. Today is brought to you by the letter E for elderberries. Elderberries are more commonly grown in Northern California. Yeah. They're actually now classified as a honeysuckle strand.
Oh, officially.
Yeah, recently they have been moved into the honeysuckle family.
Officially. I mean, it's like
I guess
Pluto's off, and
I don't know, but I know
Isn't
that
Pluto back?
I get these
no, I don't know.
cough drops.
I'm just being silly.
There's these cough drops at Sprouts, and they're like elderberry and honey, and
No, I'm not familiar enough about this
they're
fruit.
amazing. They're amazing. So it's actually one of the only things that if someone says I have a sore throat, just go to Sprouts, go on a mission, find the elderberry cough drops. They work.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm full of shit right now.
I've heard
I mean,
good things about it, right?
Not full of shit. I mean, I'm
just half.
I don't think my colon's empty right
Hot
now.
Hot air, maybe.
It's lots of that.
I love Sprouts, by the way.
Yes.
Not that we're sponsored or
Oh.
anything by them,
No.
but I love Sprouts.
They're
They have
great.
those licorices, those
Hey.
red licorices.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
like
They're
the
like
green apple
Swedish or
ones.
ones or
This is
something.
so, hold on. This is
What?
I can see her camera, but there's no one in her chair.
What
Are
that
you
means
on
that
the
it
right-
stopped.
No, Dick, this is
One?
really cool. It's like there's a ghost and she's not here.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, I might not be.
what if we could turn this camera towards
yeah,
her
is
then?
it-
Oh,
Wait.
yeah,
There you go.
That was
Sort of.
Hold on.
So wait.
Wait. Whoa. Hold on.
Does one of the cameras see her?
This is
That one does.
This
It looks like it.
whoever's watching this right now, if anyone.
Well, being this is part of the technology part of this, we
Okay,
did
we're
add.
good now. Now hold on. Why does it? What?
Is that? I don't know if that's
It's on. Hold on.
that camera.
So, just a little update here. We added a second chassis. We added 3 more USB cards, and then we got a camera that's supposed to be like OBS specific. If you see it up there, we added this one just recently.
Okay, it works now.
I wonder why it was being silly.
They're just because I feel like I want the right side of my face.
Yeah, no, it's all good. We have more than enough cameras here. I don't know if
There
you
are
can
quite a
see.
few.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot.
It makes me happy.
There's
Yeah.
a lot.
He
You
keeps
like it?
saying why, and I was like, I can do 10 more. And that's why.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for 10 more.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Do it.
why not?
Hmm.
Hold on. There we go. Instead of hunching over to talk to the microphone.
Yay,
What happened?
10
Who scored?
cameras.
Did someone score?
I was just cheering. More cameras.
Okay. Hey, well, I mean, should we introduce our guest? Or
Yeah.
Should we just keep talking?
We should. No,
I mean,
absolutely.
we can just keep talking.
No, we want to properly introduce you. Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday again. Here we are.
Is it Sunday?
It is Sunday.
It is Sunday.
It's Sunday. Sunday. I don't know. Maria?
Yes.
Maria, who are you?
My name is Maria Colantes.
That's who she is, everyone.
That's yep.
That's-
That's about it. That's
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 who
all
she
you
is.
need to
Cool.
know.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Great.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that concludes that.
What do you do for a living?
This is
Not
good.
that
This is
defines you,
going
but
good.
we wanted to.
She hurts herself professionally.
Ouch.
when I get, well, I don't intentionally hurt myself, but when I get jobs for stunt work, then I make a living.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt
So-
yourself. You just want it to look like you hurt yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's an art.
I pretend
It's an art.
to die on screen.
That's fun.
It is fun.
That can be a
I like
blast.
How
Yeah.
many times have you died so far?
Officially?
Yeah.
Let's see. There was the one time in Roswell, New Mexico, where I was blown up by a grenade, pretty much that I threw. So I blew myself up.
Sorry.
Wow.
It's just sorry.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Next time when you pull the pin.
Well, it was like a baby that I was throwing.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So,
Wait, it was
An
a,
but it wasn't a
explosive
baby. It was like, it was
No,
supposed
no,
to
no.
look like
Hold
a
on.
baby.
We're talking about the movies here. We
Yes, the
understand that.
movies.
But you were like throwing like an explosive baby. This baby was about to
Yeah.
blow up.
Pretty much.
Like it had a bomb in it.
No, like it was supposed to look like a baby and that I was carrying it because it was just a master shot. And then I throw it and it's an actual bomb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was the stunt.
That's crazy.
She didn't
So-
throw it.
I did throw it and then things went off.
Oh,
Kaboom.
Yeah.
which
Which is why I was there.
Yeah.
How many teams of people are on set? So you've got paramedics there, you've got pyro people, you've got
We had, let's see, a special effects guy.
See, this is
and
what
pyro
happens.
guy.
This is what happens.
It's all about Michael.
Because we moved the camera, so now the
Well,
computer.
just change that camera now. You can do it. Well, it's fixed now.
Let's see. Does that actually fix the
Oh,
problem?
it's fixed. Great. Awesome. We're going to play
There we go.
like musical cameras today.
perfect.
Apparently, yeah.
Thank God we got a camera.
We've never seen that camera do that before, so
We've never run.
thanks for coming and
Yeah.
showing us something weird.
Yeah, 8 consecutive
welcome.
cameras.
It said no. So, we were talking about teams of people,
Right.
right? So,
So there was the stunt coordinator and then
Okay.
her assistant.
okay,
And then pyro and special effects guy was the same person.
same dude,
And he
okay.
also does stunts,
he's
but
getting
for this,
he's getting like double, he's getting paid good to be there,
it wasn't
right?
a very big budget.
Still, he can say it because he's like, I could double bill. I'm like 2 people.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
like
we
the-
all could. I mean, I did. I did many things on that
Yep.
film. But then we had a couple of the stunt guys played safety just to douse me when I
course,
was,
of course.
just in case.
Got to have an extra person
Um,
there just in case.
And then there were stunt guys. So it was the Gulf War. That was the
Okay.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just a suicide
90s.
bomber.
Wow.
And so there were 2 American cargo trucks coming. And so they see me in the middle of the road and they stop. And then I throw the bomb baby. And and then they go off and it turns
So
into
it's
an
like,
ambush and everything like
How long did you spend like in character, dressed, ready to go?
that. I got to set a little later than I was supposed to. And I was in wardrobe almost immediately after having a small plate of food. And then
Craft services.
yeah.
Gotta
and
love it.
then, I didn't want to eat too
Hey,
much.
they bring good food.
Yeah, I think it was Panda Express that day.
Sometimes. It depends. You can have amazing food,
Right.
and there's a huge gap to then what the next level of like okay is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you've
Panda
called
Express.
me when they've stepped it up.
Yep.
And then the next day, they usually bring the same thing because they know they can't.
Yeah.
They can't.
So I'm going somewhere with this question. And the question was, how much time is edited down onto the screen versus how long you spend
Well, yeah. So
on this particular shot, even
This was-
one shot, right?
it was actually really fast.
You see where I'm going with
Yeah. No, I get that. It was a really fast shoot. We did 2 takes because the explosion wasn't enough on the first one.
Oh.
And we had to be in and out
More
because
pyro.
of lighting.
Okay.
So it was
like this is outside later
Yeah,
in the day.
mhm.
Okay.
so we had to be done
Mother
within
Nature.
like
Jeez.
2 hours, and this was the only day we could have it, and this was the only days we were able to get the vans and everything that we needed. So yeah, we were in and out probably 4 hours,
Still,
And
look
we
at that.
did-
That's a lot
yeah.
of time.
and that was just my part was really short. We probably had it done within 30 minutes.
Wow.
And then I was just in my fire gel for my face and just the costume for the rest of the shoot, and just in case they needed me for anything else. And yeah, they had an ambush. We did a full-on fire burn, and yeah, that was all within 4 hours, which is
Can we get some
insane.
B-roll over here? Little B-roll going on?
Well, the movie is out.
She's still in character. Like,
Yeah.
she's still little B-roll.
I don't
Yeah.
have that button.
A little B-roll while we're at it.
I don't got that button.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I want to be like, can
Sorry,
I patch
I'm
into
being
your screen?
silly.
You push play.
Soon
Sorry.
enough. Soon enough.
I still haven't seen the movie, and it came out almost 2 years ago, I think, on
Oh.
DVD.
What's
So
the
it's
name of the
about
movie?
Astro.
Astro.
Yeah, I think it came out, I don't even know, maybe 2017, 2016, because we were filming it, I think it was December of 2015. I don't know. It was so long ago.
Interesting.
So long ago.
It
No,
was
it's
like-
interesting
it was
how
a
long
brutal
though it
Christmas,
takes.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't get back in LA until like December 24th, I think. So It was brutal.
That can definitely be brutal.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I still haven't seen the movie, and I don't know if I want to.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
I think it's award winning. I think
Oh.
it's going to be right there at the top.
It apparently has won awards, which
Oh.
I have no idea
Oh, wow.
how or why.
Yeah.
Did you put this on your reel?
Yeah,
have, like, a
actually,
stunt reel, right?
yeah, my stunt, I put it in my reel.
Cool. That's great.
So,
That's a website?
it's just on YouTube.
Oh.
And then I
see.
have it as like
And then you're part of a group too, right?
No, I'm not actually.
What?
Not at this point.
There's no like stunt groups out there. I mean, there's groups for everything.
There are groups out there. There are quite a few actually. But I'm not at that level where I could be invited. I need to have a bigger resume, pretty much.
She needs to light herself on fire a few more times.
Yeah, just a few more times.
We go through that, like you say yes, 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 and then one day you get to say no.
Yeah.
So say a lot of yeses.
Yeah.
And then and then one
Definitely
day you'll
have.
say yeah. You have to. It's part of the gig. People want to throw themselves up buildings for fun.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
For art.
And you got people like Jackie Chan who do everything themselves.
He's broke like every bone, right?
He had 12 stunt doubles, but yeah, he did a lot of his own stuff.
Yeah. He's just getting old now.
Well, now he doesn't do anything.
He's old now.
Yeah.
Doesn't I know this is a silly one, but doesn't Tom Cruise like insist on doing a lot of his own stunts?
He enjoys
is this like PRBS?
When we talk about like
I've met many of Tom Cruise's non-stunt doubles.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, they don't exist.
Totally. Okay, I can dig what she's putting down.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
I don't want anyone to sue
I think it's
me.
one of those calls where you're like, is this safe?
Do you know?
All right, I'll do it.
I don't know if you know, but I'm in the music biz.
Oh, okay.
I'm an
Makes
engineer,
sense.
and so many songs, including songs that people that I know produced,
Mm-hmm.
they get strong-armed, or people try to strong-arm them. They're like, look, if you want that song to be on that record, then you're going to give up all your rights to it. They'll just pay you outright, which is fine, but that's not that long, though. You know what I mean? You want to be on it. You know, it's your thing. You created it. It's your intellectual property, whatever it is.
Don't pay attention to me. I'm drinking coffee.
I'm just looking around.
Yeah,
I mean, chime in over here. Or?
There is a song by Corey Eubanks, or I guess, yeah, you could pretty much YouTube Corey Eubanks Hollywood Stuntman, and it's a song that he was in about being a Hollywood stuntman.
Interesting.
And he has a lyric or two in there that lost him a few jobs. Because he kind of just was speaking the truth.
Hey.
But
people don't like that.
He puts on this event called Stunt Stories, and I believe all the proceeds go to like veterans and charities in that aspect. But because I went to one of his shows and he just kind of told everything as it is. So, and he's Bumblebee too, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. I'm Bumblebee.
Yep. And he also drove the General Lee.
I mean,
oh, really?
Bumblebee is like, I mean, it's like he's the second best Transformer, other than Optimus Prime. You have Bumblebee, and then everyone is just kind of like,
it's a big gap, huh?
You know, yeah, because
like
Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, everyone.
Yeah.
It's kind of rough. I feel sorry for everyone else because it's
just not fair.
No, I mean that it's not even. It's like you.
I mean, are you into the Decepticons?
Well, because there's a way. No, it's just not. Just their tone and everything.
Okay.
But they're like, how do they rate movie stars? There's A, B, C, and D.
Oh, I don't know.
I guess.
An A-lister?
Yeah, and then there's D list.
Yeah.
Sure.
Kathy
Which
Griffin.
Yeah. Love her.
Hulk Hogan.
Is he?
He's D list. Yeah. I don't want to. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just.
It's so funny because you just brought up two, and just in a little short of bit of time, there was the General Lee, which that was filmed near this area, right? A lot of this area, and Hulk Hogan. I remember going in a store in Thousand Oaks.
Sorry, that's the wrong guy. No,
being in a store in Thousand Oaks,
Rowdy Piper,
and his
snap into a Slim Jim.
Him and his wife and kids were like shopping in.
Oh yeah,
Val
he was everywhere
Surf or something.
He lived in
like
Westlake.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So just interesting that.
It was just
two things
normal. We'd walk into KFC, and I'm not trying. I'm just saying, I walked into KFC growing up, and Mr. T was there,
Really?
Yeah, in Burbank,
Wow.
near the
Pity.
studios.
Oh,
Pity
okay.
the fool.
I pity the fool that don't eat my cereal.
I was a big
Oh.
A-Team guy. Might be a little before your time.
No, I know a few
You know?
people that worked on that show.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
It's great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an amazing, amazing show. That and
Mhm.
Airwolf.
I don't know that
Airwolf
one.
was
I feel
good.
like I'm getting old right now. That's what's happening. I can hear
Like
the
right
songs.
now? Yeah, I know.
It's just not good.
Yeah, for sure. For
Um,
sure.
Yeah, that was a moment. We just dated ourselves. It's okay. It's all right. So the purpose, I guess, of this chat
Mhm.
is to uncover what technology is doing to your industry.
Ooh.
Now, I'm gonna toss
Okay.
out a few things real quick. It's actually one thing. Disney made like that pogo stick thing that flips in the air.
Okay.
It's like it's a leg
Mm-hmm.
and it can do acrobatic stuff.
Oh, the robot machine.
Yeah, it started out as like one leg,
Right.
and then now it's an
Actual person
Person,
looking thing,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. I think I saw it on like a Facebook thing,
what the
like stunt robots or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. This
That's
is where it gets
crazy.
cool. So let's go to the FU screen, and then we'll go to Jeremy's computer.
This
There we go. Jeremy's computer.
autonomous robots thing, is that what
Yeah.
we're talking about? Stuntronics?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. Hold
Mm-hmm.
on. Where's capture? Where's your button? Yeah, so it doesn't have to worry about a broken ankle.
No, but if it breaks, I'm assuming that's expensive.
Look at that.
You know, it's
yeah,
funny.
it's crazy.
This is right over here. Just right down the
Yeah.
street here.
Isn't it? What Disney?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, right behind the
Yeah, it looks like a person.
Like how the hell do you compete? You don't have to feed it. It doesn't
But
get
if it breaks,
Oh, you got 6 more in the truck. It's Disney. It's not like Disney showed up with only 1 in the trailer. They opened the trailer. There's like 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. There's
like
1 in
a
the back.
robot.
Yeah, you open it up and it's like, hello. You're like, oh shit. I guess we start with that one. You know what I'm saying? The other 6 aren't turned on yet. Thank God.
I mean, I don't know. If Disney does that with all their movies, then I mean, that's
You
that's a
covering your
lot.
screen?
well, just
Did you have some smut on there? You
No,
just
I don't
wanna-
have smut. I just have a bunch of crap everywhere. It's
Oh.
like folders and programs are open and YouTube videos are going to play in a second. and you can't be having that.
There you go.
Yeah, it's all
It's
good.
gone. Poof.
It's all good.
If I was smart, I would duplicate that scene. And then in the middle,
He's making fun of me telling him to do
Duplicate
something
a scene.
Oh,
no. Why would I do such a thing?
So you were asking a question though about technology in the stunt industry and how it's affecting has affected probably at this point. We just showed a great example that just blew my mind.
yeah.
But there's also CGI. There's all sorts of other.
Right.
Now there's like what with the dots.
Oh, motion capture's been around for a little
Motion
while.
capture,
That's how they
right?
make video games.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do a lot for the movies now. I mean, they use motion
people
capture
do-
to make Titanic,
Yeah, you wear a suit with a bunch
Yeah.
of things. You do things.
the
and
balls
then,
and whatnot.
That's
Yeah.
like 20 years ago now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's cool because they use it in animation.
20
Yeah.
years ago. I'm saying Titanic was
Yeah,
20
they
years
used
ago.
it. I did a motion capture like tour thing, and I went to the studio that they used.
Super cool.
Yeah.
We're bottlenecking somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure we are.
Yeah, because every once in a while, one of the cameras just goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think too many things are plugged into
One
not the right
thing.
places.
Yeah.
But we're going to get there. It's okay.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, how else do you get through the first season of pushing limits without making mistakes?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Just saying. Let's fuck some shit up. Could we get some background music for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Just some random mood, you know?
Yeah, I got it.
It's coming. It's. So today we're here to talk about how Yeah, the stunt industry is slowly falling apart due to animatronics. And we can go ahead and thank Walt Disney. Yeah, Walt Disney for making such an amazing product that nowadays the corporation has the finances to put everyone out of work with technology. Yeah.
It's come a long way. I don't know if you remember seeing that first Lincoln that they had in Disneyland. I think it was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to learn how to do a depressing tone. He comes in like
No,
all
fuck that.
positive.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing that they did?
Silly.
We're here in this moment.
Okay, well, we'll come back to the moment. It's very serene and surreal moment.
No, but on a good note, how many years do you got work left before these fucking creatures take over?
Probably a good while.
Yeah, like a decade maybe? A decade's a long
Maybe.
time for technology.
What
Yeah.
about
Because
what
we're going
about
to be 2 years in and they're going to be walking onto set responding to a fucking,
what about your
hi,
what about the
someone summoned
longevity?
me.
Is it like a
Holy shit, yeah.
being
youth.
an athlete?
Yeah.
100%.
For doing
like-
stunt work?
Most athletes
Oh,
30
yeah.
years old is probably that's it. Like shelf.
So that's actually what happens a lot of the time. Stunt performers end up starting stunts in their early 30s or when they retire from either being professional or very good
Oh.
amateur athletes. So a lot of them are high level athletes. Some like collegiate, Jessie Graft, who now everyone knows from American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, she started in stunts and she still does.
Do you know who she is? Amazing, yeah.
But yeah, she in college
Didn't she wear the Superwoman outfit?
Yeah,
She-
Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Isn't she
that's
Yep,
what it
and
was.
she has a pig, and
Thousand
yeah,
Oaks or something?
she lives in Calabasas. Or
Yeah.
that's last time I knew. She bought a house with her future husband at the
She's
time.
from here.
Cool. Yeah, she's from
She's awesome.
I think she went to TO High, Thousand Oaks High. I'm
but
not sure.
she pole vaulting. I believe she was a collegiate athlete for that.
Crazy.
So yeah, and she grew up, I believe, doing gymnastics and like
Of course,
everything.
Of course.
But yeah, no, and so that's the level of competition is pretty much what I'm dealing with.
And then by the time you get 40, you got to slow down real quick because if you fall, you really break something.
I mean, I know some people that are 60s and they still take stunt jobs and take hard hits.
Sure.
So
But these hard hits are car accidents.
some of them can be, yeah,
They're not like concrete.
they can be too.
Oh,
I had a
ouch,
friend who
my
did.
knees hurt.
Her birthday was just the other day, and she coordinated for a movie, and she also did a stair fall for them. And it was, I'm assuming, almost no pads because she was in like PJs pretty much. And she's, I believe, 65 or 66, but she's been doing stunts for a little while. And she was a bodybuilder as well in the 80s.
how do you comfortably do a stair fall?
You don't.
Yeah, no,
With
I
stair
was-
falls, you kind of just. There are techniques to make it easier.
Less bruising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the ways to fall and kind of do it. But at the end of it, almost limited to no padding on your body. And depending on what material the stairs are made out of, metal or if they have nails in them or whatever, the set is, you just kind of do your best to control it in a way that doesn't look controlled and save yourself where you need to save yourself and then just take the hits where you take the hits kind of thing. So, and the thing is with a lot of stair falls for females, it ends up being a husband pushing them down the stairs in the middle of the night in their PJs. So PJs generally mean very thin and almost nowhere to put a pad. So, and a lot of times when guys fall down the stairs, it's because some bad guy is beating the shit out of them, and they're just gonna be wearing, probably a nice thick jacket and
Hockey gear.
yeah, pretty much. So they can pad up a little bit.
That's not fun.
No, none of it's fun.
Definitely not fun.
There are moments where and quite a few, where you just
Yeah.
got to take the hit.
Nah.
It's so funny in life. I find it it's like you could like stab me with a knife and I'll be okay, but you get a paper cut and you're like, oh, mother.
Yeah.
Like I literally got a tiny little cut on the end of my finger the other day and it hurt really bad.
Those
Paper
are-
cuts suck.
Yeah,
and
they
it's
do.
but it's injuries are like that sometimes. You're like you get out of bed and you hurt yourself and you're like, oh, what just happened? But you like I've fallen off of a building before and been fine. It's like it doesn't make any sense to me how the world works.
15 years in time. That's what it was. Is he was 12 when he fell off the building. His bones were still rubber. He bounced right up like, oh, let's go play soccer, guys.
No, I was 20-something when I fell off the back of the top of some crazy building because someone was doing something even more ridiculous. If you remember that.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I was doing.
You weren't. It was Brandon. Brandon, one of our friends.
When
this
you said
guy's
more
like a
ridiculous.
monkey. He wanted to.
Shit! Stunt hill.
So
Stunt road. Yeah.
I'm about 12 feet off the ground, somewhere off, like on a ledge. There's nothing.
The first transition. First transition was 12 feet.
Okay.
And
right?
the second one was 8 feet.
And the way you get there is the wall's angled.
Just
so you
but
just
not like
so you just run at it. You put your foot, and it's just enough to grab up. It's like
just
American
enough
Ninja
of
Warrior.
literally just enough of an angle where your foot plants and actually sticks. If it was any more, if it was
okay.
any more,
That's really cool.
yeah,
So the next level is straight up.
yeah, 8 feet though.
Okay. So you need
No,
to
there
boost
was a kick.
someone.
There was
Whatever,
It was less of a kick.
You need to boost someone.
Yeah.
So that you can then get up there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Because there's not much room.
But even everyone who was on the ground, if they couldn't run, you had to reach down.
Of course.
And yeah,
And so now
here's a monkey chain to get everyone up.
We're going down now.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our friends decides that he's going to use a very interesting maneuver to like go over and spin around and land on his feet, but he's got like both of his hands over the wall.
Did Tim try to do this shit?
No, this is Brandon.
Oh,
He's like
okay.
a monkey, crazy. This guy's a crazy monkey guy. So he's like over and he's like back up, and I didn't realize that there was nothing more behind me to back up to, and I fell straight, literally like doo, straight down and like collapsed. So I wasn't 12. I was 21 or 2 or something like that.
You just have to. So basically, we get to the top. If you get to Stunt Road, Mulholland, it's now a lookout.
Right.
Once upon a time, it wasn't. And then you drive up to a satellite resource building, and then a tower storage site, and literally like the A-frame, the steel structured towers, like laying sideways, like it was literally storage for towers. And we'll just go with the legal version, which is we hopped over the fence.
Okay.
That just sounds best because people move the
barbed wire. Yeah.
barbed wire out of the way.
Okay.
And so there's like one section of like 2 feet where you can climb over the fence. And so we climb over the fence, and then we go up this building. And then once you get up the building, you run across the roof, and then it goes to a short little bridge that goes to a radio tower.
It's a catwalk.
It's a short little bridge.
Goes from the building
to
the tower.
It's a short little bridge.
Okay.
It's called a
Sure.
catwalk.
All right.
Who cares?
Let's give it real names.
Because you're making it sound skinny.
Yeah. It was.
And so you climb to the top, and 5 stories?
A lot of
5 stories
I don't
from
remember.
the second story of the roof. So when you cross over, you have 5 plateaus. So when you go up, when you're climbing up the center, there's like a plateau. So you can stop, and then you climb up, and then you stop, and you climb up, and you stop, and then you get to the top. And then each one of these levels had a pole with a cable and a pole with a cable.
Oh, okay.
And then the satellite dish at the top. And then someone took out all of the poles and the cables. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would do that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Not a clue who would do it either, you know.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
when you're climbing up, you have this sense of like, don't go out too far. So normally in the beginning, when we found all this stuff, you know, to play with, you could just walk out and feel comfortable. Now at this point in time in history, there was no sense of comfort as you climb this thing.
Right.
So we get to the top, and then you have like 5 or 6 people all smashed towards the dome because you don't want to actually fall off this thing. And then that's where you hang out and kick it for a minute. And then you climb down, and then you go across the roof, and then you fall off the roof.
Yeah, if you're me.
That's
My point is I think I feel it more now than I ever have,
probably.
but it's not something I felt too immediately, and that's my point. But give me a paper cut,
Right.
and it's like I got to stop what I'm doing for a minute.
Yeah.
Get a Band-Aid over here.
So
Fall off a building, no big deal.
I don't know how much we just incriminated ourselves, but who cares, right?
Oh,
All allegedly.
allegedly, yeah.
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 And it's old.
Oh
Nobody
God.
goes up there anymore.
God, that was a long time ago.
Not allowed to go up there anymore.
No, you can't even. No.
It's like triple blocked off.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Wow.
they don't like it.
Yeah, at the bottom, the yellow thing that stops people used to just push open.
Hmm.
It was like way different 20 years ago.
Hmm.
Nobody went up there either.
No one
very,
cared.
very few people went up there then.
And
Just
then all
the
of a
stupid
sudden,
ones?
and then all of a sudden it became very popular,
Oh, okay.
and then problems happened.
The cool place to hang out.
Yeah, because you literally would park at the bottom, you'd push the thing, you walk all the way up, you climb over the fence, you walk out, and you're like, oh, we're on top of the world, and that's all it really was.
You
know?
can see it if you're in like Calabat or like Agora.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you look up, way back up on the hill back there where Las
Okay.
Virgenes is,
Mhm.
you'll see a little tower up there with a light on it, and that's the one.
Yeah.
There's a few
Wow.
of them up there.
Yeah.
They were used for reconnaissance in World War II era.
Yeah, because there's concrete bunkers underneath them.
Yeah. So they would use that to like alert.
In fact, if you're on people's like Instagram or Facebook pages and you see a top of the world with a concrete slab with
Mhm.
graffiti all over it,
Yeah,
Or
I've been there.
They put a piano on it recently, like last year.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool. You didn't see that?
well, that's what we're talking about.
Oh. Okay.
Mulholland,
Yeah.
stunt,
Mhm.
walk, concrete.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crystal
Concrete-
took me there.
Concrete's low, tower's high.
Okay.
It's the Y. So when you're walking up that path, you
Mhm.
go left to go to the concrete, and you go
Okay.
up to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You went left down a
Yeah.
dirt road,
Mhm.
and then you went up a hump, and then that's how you got on top of the concrete.
Oh, but if you go the other way?
If you go up, you go up.
Check this
Okay.
out.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah. That
How
day.
did they get a piano up
It's a
there?
damn good question.
'Cause that's, I mean, it's not the easiest hike.
So the
No, you
ta-
can drive. You
the
can
tower-
drive to right there. You can drive and pull up. We used to off
They
road.
still had to carry it.
Allegedly, we used to off road.
You can drive up there?
You can drive all the way out. We have a friend who's
No,
the one that
yeah,
we're talking about.
CRV, CRX. He
The
had.
one that we're talking about
Yeah.
that's got issues. He had a CRX.
And he would like.
Where do you want to see? It's a
off-road this
2-door
thing.
Honda.
Oh, cool.
Low like shifted
Yeah,
like
uh-huh.
little, yeah. And he would take it off road.
And go up there?
Yeah. He would take it places that the lifted Jeep that I owned at the time couldn't make it.
Wow.
But he'd just keep going,
He would literally just
muscle through.
throttle down and then use the body pan of the car to just slide. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No limits. No limits. Not for Brandon. Nope.
So
Yeah. What are we sewing?
buttons
Oh.
to make sure you
Can't really sell those.
can like put your shirt together and stuff.
Oh.
It's helpful
Yeah.
for clothes that have openings in them.
So is there anything else in the industry that's new?
I mean, social media now, everyone is really using that. Like, yeah, a lot. To find people and hire them. There are a couple coordinators that have Facebook pages that you can join, and that's kind of your place to. You can throw your resume up there, your headshot, your reel. You can kind of pitch, hey, I'm in town. Here's a current photo, and then they can. That's kind of like their own personal directory, or they can put a call out. They're like, I need 30 Mexican stunt men and women, any height, any whatever. Just put up the details and when they need to be available and what the requirements are for the job generally. And then she'll have, I mean, she or he will have, like maybe 500 people respond and
Wow.
send their stuff out and be like, all right, cool, I can do this, I can do
Check
that.
the DMs.
Yeah, pretty
Damn.
much.
Wow.
Or they email them or whatever. And then they can just hire based off that instead of like having to call people and, spend a lot of time trying to find people. Just put a post.
It's crazy.
It's pretty awesome.
Which, yeah, I'm sure saves the coordinators so much time.
In the past,
Mhm.
you'd have to like have a casting call and then have people
Yep.
come out.
Don't
and-
know how much casting was involved back in like the 80s and 70s.
Well, I don't know either. I ain't that old.
I have no idea how much it actually, like before the internet really took a hold, I have no idea how much the casting was involved. But now, I mean, I've heard stories of people being hired and fired by casting directors or by hair and makeup or
Oh.
wardrobe.
Wow.
Yeah, just kind of the list of at some point you can get fired for whatever by anyone, kind of almost.
Rub someone the wrong way.
Yeah, a little bit. But also
Yeah.
if you're slightly too tall and they don't want to deal
Sure.
with it, or they don't want to color your hair or something like that, and they don't want to wig you or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
I've heard a lot of different stories based off that. But yeah, I mean,
That's so interesting. I don't want to wig you.
but yeah, generally,
Fuck it, I'll wig myself. Damn it.
You're not touching my shit.
Damn. I'll go get my own wig.
See ya.
but yeah,
This ain't
generally
working
the
out how I
stunt
expected.
coordinator does a lot of that, and just to minimize their time. But yeah, and then you can also, like, if you're new, it makes it so much easier to reach a lot of people. So if you get on a couple of those pages, you can put your resume and all your information out. And instead of hustling sets, instead of trying to hunt them down and driving throughout LA, finding any yellow sign and then praying that there's a coordinator on set and then praying that a security guy will help you out and then maybe waiting and talking to him for maybe 30 seconds and then giving him your stuff and then leaving and then hoping that he'll remember you.
Yeah.
And then doing that to every set every day until you have sort of a name
crazy.
and trust and recognition.
Beat down the doors.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
So the internet definitely has made that
Selling
easier.
CDs.
Yeah.
Selling CDs at Venice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
insane.
funny. I was listening. There was like, work. Talk about putting in work. That Be Real from Cypress Hill was
Mhm.
on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was mentioning how early on the writing for the first record started. And he's like, I think like 88 or 89. The record didn't come out till 91, but just a lot happened in between
much
88
time.
and 91 too.
To produce
So-
good product.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
that's
like making a movie.
I was saying the other day, people don't write music anymore. They make music. They stopped writing music. Like once upon a time, they used to write music. It used to take years to write an album. Now they just get fucked up, sit in the box, and just let's make music.
Yeah.
They even say, "Let's make music." It's like, no, wait, huh? Make
It's
no,
like bread.
make no. You
Put
right.
in machine.
You right. Oh, yeah. It's a thought. This next generation's weird. It's music that it literally just produces an emotional response. There's no value behind it, I guess. No quality, no depth.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, the majority of everything now that's being produced is like it's ankle deep. It's like a kiddie pool. You can't really expect like vast depths of the ocean. It's not like you're gonna find a Mariana Trench in a song anymore.
No, maybe not in radio or in places like that, but there's definitely good music still being made.
Oh yeah. Just needs to find a way to the surface.
Yeah, like someone like Nipsey has to die in order for them to play 5 hours straight of it on the radio or whatever it is. These kids
It's ridiculous.
Kids didn't know.
Should have been done.
Real activism shit
Years
going on,
ago.
right? And he's
Mhm.
like gone,
Yep.
But I don't know. I'm just saying I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm also saying it's out there. You got to go seek it.
Yeah,
It's like anything.
it's true.
Gotta
There
go
should be a
seek it.
segment. We
You know-
found real music.
We found real music.
It's a great segment.
I like it.
Yeah, it's difficult to navigate through all the stuff. I
No,
guess you
dude,
would
like
say.
that chick that I told you about that you're like, I know about that chick. That's 17.
Yeah, Billie Eilish.
Dude,
Do you know
bro,
who this is?
homie.
She's amazing.
Her words.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
great.
god. Woman's on fire.
It's crazy because she grew up in like an artistic kind of family. Her
Yeah, everyone
mother,
it's a team.
her mother and father are both actor and actress.
Dude, her words are like
Yeah.
she's writing music. She's not.
She's
And then
the-
it was funny as we're talking about this, Jeremy's wife says, "Did you hear what happened to Adele?"
What happened to Adele?
Jeremy,
She's getting divorced.
you know,
Oh.
do you
So
know,
you know what
there's
that means. More
another
good breakup songs.
another
coming.
good album. Here we go.
Oh
How
my
old is she?
God.
28, 26?
Wow.
Somewhere around there. But it's
Yeah.
funny because her husband's name I think is Jeremy,
Oh,
and people
What
say
what
I
have you
look.
been? What have you
People
been
say
doing,
I
bro?
look a lot like him.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to see this?
No, we're cool.
Oh,
Sure, go for
okay.
it. Go for it. Let's see this. We still got the screaming lady. Yeah, dude, his beard needs some time, bro.
No, but there's a picture of him where he's like
He's got a
off,
similar like squishy
where
smile
he's
of face.
off to the side, and people keep posting me, tagging me in it, saying, "Hey, is this
you?
your husband?"
Did
to
you
my
get married
wife.
to Adele that we didn't know about?
Oh, did you?
Like,
do you,
look,
do
like
you have 2 wives?
no, but there's one. I don't know where the
Yeah,
photo
you got
is.
similar cheeks
There's a picture where it looks a lot like me.
to where you had to question whether or not you were there that
I
day.
did for a second. I actually looked at it and I was like, this is strange.
You're like, I don't remember that.
But anyways, I think I
I
mentioned
would remember that.
I think I mentioned Billy a couple shows ago when I was saying there's now a girl, a female, who has a #1 record that was not born, or that was born after 2000. She was born in like 2000, late 2000 or
Wow.
2001. She's 17, maybe she just turned 18, but she has a #1 record. And you would, and she's
Who's this person?
Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah, this person.
She just performed at Coachella.
Oh, okay.
I follow her on Instagram, and her name is Where Are the Avocados?
Because
We love her. She's really amazing. She's a special person. Like Katy Perry posts about her and stuff because they run into each other. She was at Coachella doing Zed performance with their new song together, and she said this is the type of person you need to protect or something. Just a very special individual. So if like a Katy Perry saying that, or Ariana Grande or whoever these people are, they all love her. She's really amazing person. Her brother Phineas is
Did you want your screen up?
No.
Okay.
Her brother Phineas does all the production with her. They do it like most at their house. They have like a studio at their house. They live in Highland Park. It's crazy. So crazy. Highland Park was like, Gang Central 10, 12 years ago. Now
was
it's like,
it?
yeah, totally. They busted a lot of them, and there's a bunch of Avenue gangs over there. They busted a lot of them, and they moved some of them over to Van Nuys. So Van Nuys is like, you don't necessarily want to live on that far end of Van Nuys now.
I love how he says they moved him. They're like, hey, excuse me, you guys mind? Like,
They shipped them.
we know you are comfortable here.
No, they literally
Can we move you?
they displaced them and gave them like housing over there, so that they wouldn't be over there anymore. It's like they were like not about it anymore. It was really bad. It's really bad gang neighborhood for a while.
Well, it's got to be really bad if you're giving gangbangers houses in other neighborhoods. You're like, over here, we ain't got enough crime. Police department sits at the donut shop. So what we're going to do is we're going to move half the gang over here to Van Nuys. And then, is that why all of a sudden it turned into like Van Nuys? Orderly, yesterday I'm from Van Nuys.
Yeah.
I drive the Rojo
Have
Chevy.
you driven up Van Nuys Boulevard?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
At a certain point, you think you're
In Van Nuys?
You're
I
now
saw a
in Little
chicken cross the
Mexico.
road in Van Nuys.
Yeah.
You saw a chicken cross the road? On
Yep.
the other side, did they cut his head off and cook him? I'm confused right now.
Yeah, I didn't watch
Orderly,
that
mijo,
long.
get the chicken for dinner.
It's funny because like a high-end bathroom.
Just break its neck, mijo. Sorry.
I don't know what you're doing over there.
You didn't know that? You literally like swirl.
Oh, I
and
get
then,
it.
And
I
you
get
have
it.
You have its neck in between, and then
You know
you
what it's
push the
called?
head down,
You know what it's called?
and then you pop
You know
the
what
neck.
it's called?
Mm-hmm.
It's called killing a fucking chicken.
Ringing your neck. That's wringing the neck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can ring it. Yeah.
That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
First time it ever happened to me, we were hunting dove.
Oh.
And I clipped the dove, and it was still alive.
Yeah, then you had to kill it.
And then I had to kill it.
Yeah.
And so I literally would like, and then it would do it, and I drop it, and I picked up again, and then it got to a point where I was literally like stepping on the motherfucker in the middle of the field, right? And when I mean a field, I mean like
not
a
good.
field, because I was scared and it wouldn't die, and the thing's flapping around, and I kept trying to break its neck, and every time I tried to break its neck, I felt even worse. So then I got to the point where I'm just stomping the fucking thing. It died finally. But that was like, that traumatized the shit out of me as 12 years old. That fucked me up. Because you run out and you think, oh, it's dead, I'm just going to put it in the
Make
back.
him be a better shot, maybe, huh?
Maybe.
No, that's distance. It just peppered
Motivation.
him. Yeah, I guess. Just shoot closer, you know? Yeah.
Stand on a ladder.
But that twisted me up, like, because I'm sitting there looking at it, and then it moves in your hand, and you're like, oh, now your fucking life's just torn. And And they're yelling at me to get out of the field because they want to keep shooting bird, and I'm in the middle of the field like fucking 12 with a shotgun in my hand, stomping on
Murdering a bird.
I never looked at doves the same. Oh man, yeah, that was life. That was rough. It's cool. It was a good day. I mean, I literally
It's a good day.
a big ass field, like a polo field, like, but you're out in the middle of fucking nowhere. I mean, Northern California, Paso Robles.
Dove, you're saying?
Yeah, nowhere. And the trick is at sunrise, sunset, they go for water. So you want to position yourself with water to your back,
Oh,
right? So they come in. It's fucking common sense at that point. They also chase shadow lines, tree lines. So like as the tree line moves, because they're trying to get to the next tree to get to the water. So they literally will go to the end of the shadow and then turn back around and go back to the trees, wait for the shadow to grow.
Wow.
Go back out. Oh, got to the tree. And then they get to the tree and then they let everyone know and then everyone burrs to the tree. And then they'll literally, if there was only one tree to get to the next section of woods, then you have like 300 birds in one tree. That happened one night. We surrounded that tree with like 5 of us. I swear to you, we unloaded everything and couldn't hit one fucking bird. We had hunters with limits and they were throwing their shells at us. We were loading and we couldn't hit a fucking bird.
that's something to write home about.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Couldn't hit a bird.
Couldn't hit I mean, we're talking a full tree. Like we're full tree. Unbelievable. Yeah, so
Couldn't hit a bird.
polo field, trees around it. They're flying over, trying to get to water. I'm in the middle of the field, stepping on the damn thing. But prior to that, I was sitting under the tree, and the person at the other end of the field, they fire up at the bird. The pellets do full arch, and then they land on you. And so I'm sitting there, 12 years old in the field, and I'm under a tree, and all of a sudden it's raining.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And everyone's laughing at me because I'm like, oh, look, it's the first time he's felt rain. And
It's rain and lead.
literally raining lead.
Hallelujah.
You're sitting there
It's
just like,
rain and lead.
It's fucking raining lead right now. This is crazy shit. So that was the beginning of that. Wow. That was a day, man. That was a rough day as a
Crazy.
kid.
Yeah.
Rough day. It's funny how much confidence you can have behind something and have no success whatsoever. It's fucking great.
I think most fowl don't have depth perception. So I don't know if you know this, but they make decoys for geese hunting, goose hunting, whatever you call it, that are like life size, right? And you like get inside of it, and they don't know any better because they just see
They don't know the
bird.
size, the
So
volume.
they go to the bird and they
Yeah.
land there, and then you hop out of the thing, and you're like, kaboom, 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 before they can even do anything
It's like a
about
Trojan bird.
it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
I never seen it,
Trojan duck.
but my dad had a friend that would talk about it quite
That's
a bit.
crazy.
That's what he would do. He's like, don't blinds and this and that. I got a decoy that you get in, man. Nothing beats it. You're like,
Sure,
you're
they
the
fly
bird.
Yeah, they fly over.
So they don't
just-
have, but they can't tell that it's a large bird. They just see
the shape.
they just like see that thing, and they're like, oh, we're gonna go hang out with him, and he's calling them and whatever.
Wow.
Smart.
Over here,
Yeah.
over here.
They just fly by and go, look, bird. That's looked like a bird. They land and go, gee, George, you a big bird. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I just had to throw that in there because I didn't know. Sometimes I like to throw things out to see if someone like, oh, I know 10 times more than you about that subject. It happens from time
Birds
to
are
time.
weird. Every bird is a different sport. Completely. Like, because turkey sleep in the trees. People don't understand that. It's like a weird thing. So hunting turkey's a different game. They can fly. Yeah, they can fly. People don't anticipate that shit. And they're mean. They're fucking mean. They're mean, they can fly, and they sleep in trees. 3 things most people don't know about turkeys. And wild turkeys are a horrible eat because the body size is like a football.
Oh,
Like once you get, this is not a butterball. This is not a genetically engineered, lazy,
No,
fat,
for sure.
yummy
Right.
taste and tender turkey. It's a mean turkey that wants you dead. Literally wants you dead. And then you'll switch to quail. And quail,
quail.
yeah, okay, so quail are really cool. So here's a
They
neat
are.
thing, right? When you get a bird call, you learn certain words, right? So when you say Chicago, right? When you blow this into a bird call, it go like. So Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like you literally start learning these words or these fluctuations in sound. You can walk them in, or you can find out where they're at. More common than not, if there's like a pack of them, they'll tweet back, and then you move towards them. But sometimes they'll move towards you, which is a trip, because that just means that there's only like, say, under a dozen. Because if it's like 5 or 7 of them, they'll come towards you or like a family. But if it's a pocket,
then they ain't going nowhere.
they ain't going nowhere. You come into them. Now the crazy shit is when you come into them, they wait till you literally step on their head. Literally, like you're walking, you think you got this shit, you know what I'm saying, like you're tough, you know where the birds are, you take that next step, they come out under your foot, your butthole puckers up, you got the gun in your hand, you don't know where to point the damn gun, they literally are just there's 30 of them, they're coming under your ass, like your legs.
Why?
And shit, like, because
How?
that's their defense is to literally wait till you step on them, and then they all go up in the air, and then you have to sit there and try to figure out how to pull your head out of your ass, like real quick, and aim.
I'm trying to understand, how do you step on a bird? Is it laying on the ground?
The quail are like this big.
Oh, I thought we were talking
Yeah.
about. I'm so sorry.
No,
No,
quails are tiny.
quail are like. Well, you have different types of quail, but no bigger than 10 inches.
You talked about turkey for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were thinking
I
same
had like a
size.
brain.
No. So literally, like they're
like
in
a
the
lobotomy for a second.
Yeah,
and then
they're in the grass.
I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, they're in the grass.
Okay.
And then when you go to dove, like so, each bird is
it's totally different.
Completely different
Totally
sport.
different. What's the pheasant?
Yeah,
Pheasant.
pheasant's awesome.
Those ones are
They're
good.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It sucks to say that. Beautiful. They're gorgeous, and you kill them.
Pheasant. You know anything about
really.
waterfowl?
It's weird, 'cause a duck doesn't taste. I don't understand why people like duck.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a big
It's too fatty.
fowl person at
No,
all.
it's rubbery,
Like, none of
fatty.
it. I'm not a big fan.
I
of
don't
it.
get it. And then the weird thing about fowl is that if you don't kill it really quick, their bodies dump an amazing
Poison into it, right?
amount of
Lactic acid.
No, it's the adrenaline, and then it's dumping. It's like an acidic toxin into the muscle tissue. I don't know what it is, but
Oh wow.
makes everything taste like shit. That's why when you hunt deer,
Mm-hmm.
when you hunt anything, your shot has to be accurate because
Super clean. Yeah.
because if the animal has the chance to run or flee, the body taints the meat. It makes the meat taste horrible.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't
and-
want any stress on the animal at all.
You want it quick, clean, over with.
Hmm.
You literally want the computer out really quick, meaning the brain. Like you want it done.
Yeah. Usually a heart shot is good because then it'll stop putting
Stops the
blood.
pump.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So it's a trip how, and if you had enough, like properly executed livestock, I don't know how to, you can drastically taste the difference. Because I've had like friends that went and hunted duck. I got sick off their duck. And then I was at a really nice restaurant and everything's humane and where they pull it from. And then it's like the duck tastes completely different. And in so many different ways, as far as like it even sits in your, your body, like as a spirit. It's really weird. Like when, I don't know, this is kind of a crazy thought for me, but I felt like if it wasn't killed right, I didn't digest it right. Like the energy going into my energy kind of fucked everything up.
Okay.
And it would make me sick. I literally like had a situation where I got sick and I knew the animal just suffered the whole way. Like a 30-minute death, which is horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What it's doing to the meat, what it's doing to the entity. I don't know. That's a nice tangent.
I can appreciate that though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you want it quick and clean, man. Even for me, if I'm dying, don't fucking like if you're gonna eat me,
Do it fast.
yeah, real quick.
get it over with.
Yeah, and then enjoy. I got a lot of lean cuts.
I'm at 3%, so I need to grab my charger. I just need a second.
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right.
Be right back.
Okay.
We've already been live for 54 minutes.
Wow, that was fast.
54 minutes, Jeremy. Yeah. He's got to save the end of the show. Do We're watching.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, it's
watching.
fun, right?
Yeah.
So much
Everyone
fun.
else is watching too.
My computer was good for a couple hours, few hours, but past that.
So you like fire, huh?
I do like fire.
Why?
I think it's beautiful.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, many things.
Do you play with fire for fun?
You should-
I mean,
Are
yes,
you
in a safe.
pyromaniac?
No.
No?
I wouldn't consider myself.
Oh,
But no, like just
I am. For sure.
Uh-oh.
like in my kitchen, yeah, occasionally. And it's been a while, but yeah, sometimes when I want to, I'll just kind of set myself on fire if I have
Oh.
the equipment.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
How many times you've set yourself on fire?
Uh,
More
in
than
my
you can
kitchen.
count?
Oh, more than I can count, definitely.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, I've assisted on numerous fire safety and doing fire safety for fire burns. That's how I kind of got started. And then I've been on fire quite a few times, like in my kitchen, but also for like
Yeah.
actual events and
Oh
things.
yeah, everyone lights himself on fire in the kitchen when they're cooking. You know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fire's crazy.
I love fire.
Fire's
It's
crazy.
so calming to me, just watching
No.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thought right there. Just it's so calming.
I used to do
I
a
don't know.
lot of burning of things
What
when I was younger.
calming
I
when
can
we're
tell you
staring
that.
at
Yeah.
a fire pit and you're like.
I don't know. One of the
sipping
most
something?
beautiful things I've ever seen was actually that fire burn for the movie Astro. So I was recording it just to have it, but I had a gut feeling of, okay, watch it live. Don't watch it through the camera. So I did. And that was like, it almost feels like I'm watching it in slow motion, like right now. Like it was just perfect. His timing and everything about it was
What kind of
beautiful.
burn was it?
It was so it was an ambush, and he was a U.S. soldier, and he backs up and hits like a explosive, and that's what sets him on fire.
Oh, wow.
And he still is shooting everyone around him, and just
While he's on fire.
while he's on fire and going around the truck, and then he falls down, and that's when they extinguish him. But the way he did it, it was perfect.
Wow.
And I've seen a lot of fire burns and a lot of big fire burns, and that one was the best one.
So you said fire burn, and I went to like last year we went to Lake Powell. These guys climbed up this hill. It was like at night, right?
Okay.
It's all rock. It's a Grand Canyon basically that they flooded, built a lake on.
Okay.
These guys climbed up here and they're like building this huge fire, and then they like the flames went down, and then they pushed the coals over the rocks, and it rained coals down the side of this mountain for like 20 minutes. It was the coolest thing anyway, like I've ever seen fire-wise.
Right.
But I thought that's what you meant when you're like a burn, like some sort of burn. But that's like a industry term, right? For
for lighting
the
someone on fire.
like fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 3 burns today. Yeah.
Oh my God, my biggest day was like 85 burns.
Holy shit.
We had a lot of people,
That's
and they were like
crazy.
testing out a new technology through the gel, and yeah, so a lot of people got their arms lit on fire.
What kind of insurance do you have?
really good ones.
No, my insurance is nothing. And when you're first starting stunts, generally, yeah, that's the case as well.
It's like
And,
anything.
Unless you're doing really well in SAG, you probably don't have SAG healthcare. But yeah, so I mean, for a lot of people, they just do it on their private property, and then you just have like an agreement of, hey, we're gonna do everything right. But things happen, and
things
this
could
is
go
why
wrong.
only certain people get invited if if the owner really knows them, and then they make sure that they are actually ready. They're trained, and they can trust them, and they know that they're not going to freak out, and then they also know that hopefully they won't sue them if anything were to happen. But I mean, nothing's happened any time I've ever been a part of anything. So, but that's the way with stunt training in general. You go to someone's house most of the time,
Yeah, of
unless you go to
course.
a gym, which now they
course.
have those. They didn't like 30 years ago, where anyone can just walk in and start, figuring out stunt training. But like same with high falls, and if you want to go do car stuff or motorcycle stuff, like some people will have the equipment on their property, or you can go out to tracks and whatnot. or take classes for driving specifically. But yeah, it's things like that.
It's funny, right? And you watch like Jackass and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not making fun of it because those guys are they put themselves in serious harm's way, like
Yeah.
for sure, you know.
They definitely do.
But the disclaimer at the beginning is like, please do not send in your videos. Like MTV like, producers will not watch your videos. It's like, well, how did you find the stuff at the beginning? Like,
Yeah.
obviously, someone showed them. I know the story about Tremaine and all the guys and all
Yeah.
that, so I get it. But they were just looking for content, and they knew
They
knew Bam.
rented stunt pads from a guy I know, and they dumped a bunch of water on his pads, and so he had to cut the sides and dry it out and all that stuff.
Such a
And
bummer.
he still has them, and we just call them the Jackass pads.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I don't know what that stunt was. I've never really looked to try and find it.
Yeah, they're crazy. Those guys are crazy.
You have to be.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. That was my thought right there. Was that you kind of have to be.
Yeah. But for stunts especially, hopefully at least a little smart and willing to listen and learn.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like,
of course.
safety, unfortunately, is not
Some
number one
people-
for everyone. But
Some people fall good and some people don't fall so good.
yeah.
I'm a 50-50 kind of guy. It depends on what it is. But I've had some serious spills.
Jeremy
that have
doesn't
turned
fall
out.
good. No.
Well, there are
Jeremy
things
doesn't.
you would
No,
learn.
you know what it is? It's
Or
like
fly.
the paper cut.
Good.
It's like the paper cut thing.
Oh, okay.
I fall bad from like no distance, but if it's something serious,
Like 20 feet.
like no, check this out. We were back like a long time ago. We're riding those two-wheeled longboard skateboards down the hills in Santa Barbara.
Damn.
Super dangerous.
Yeah.
I was wearing a spiked belt because that was like my style
time.
back then.
Yeah.
And I had like fallen off of the skateboard and somehow did a rotation and wound up sliding on the spikes of the belt.
That's cool.
Now, I didn't get to see this, but everyone that was following in the car behind me said it was the coolest shit they had ever seen. Because shortly after that, I just stood up and started walking. So, like, somehow...
Good fall.
Yeah, it was a great
Yeah.
fall. It was
Yeah.
a great...
Well,
Like,
you
I
were
didn't-
on an angle.
I didn't have a scrape. I didn't have nothing.
Yeah, that's the angle.
I got
That's
up and
impressive.
started, like, jogging,
Dancing?
and then I was like, oh, it's crazy. It's
That's a
over
good
with.
angle.
Yeah, I was...
Oh.
Could have been fucked.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
was
I see
going
that a
pretty
lot
quick.
in like skiing or snowboarding. You'll watch someone just eat shit and then they'll flip and then land right up and then they're just like, even the look on their faces, I don't even know how that happened, bro. I don't know.
It's happened to me before.
But I took it. I went with it.
Yeah.
Made it look normal.
I've hit like a huge pow
Bro.
thing, and you just come out, and you're like, "Whoa, how did I'm
What's
I'm
crazy-
upright?
yeah.
That's weird."
Some of the fun ones for me are like, you're going down a face, you'll hit a collection of powder, it'll grab your nose, it'll somersault you, your head will lightly touch, your board will land back, and you continue going. And you're literally in your head going,
I've had something
I
similar,
just somersaulted that shit.
similar to that happen.
I don't even know, but tomorrow my neck is going to let me know that happened. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do you like to snowboard?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on and off snowboarding since I was 9.
Jeremy.
No, I have it. That means it's you alone. I have both left and right. Do you have both left and right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just your headphones. And, oh, now you're
Oh,
making it to
Yeah,
work
now you're changing it.
for everybody
there it
else.
goes.
It's just yours.
What about now?
They're
It's
both
fine.
working like they were a second ago, so that's great. It's okay.
How is this possible?
I don't know how it's possible. But maybe you have a bad set of headphones on.
Maybe.
That's possible.
What?
Oh.
The cord's not even plugged in anymore.
Good job.
The funny thing is it's his cord and it's his headphones.
I'll find it.
The button goes to the back, right?
Yeah. It's because remember earlier I was testing headphones? My
Yeah.
fault. I plugged in and unplugged and plugged in and unplugged and plugged in and unplugged and
When did you go snowboarding this
Never
last
plugged
season?
in.
2018, 2019?
I haven't snowboarded since 2012, unfortunately. My
Holy
board is
shit.
sitting under my bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I've never
Wow.
actually snowboarded in the state of California.
what?
I hadn't for a
Yeah.
really long time either.
What?
I
I
did
grew up
most of
going to
my-
Oregon, so I went
don't
to
know
Mount
you.
Bachelor a lot. Sorry. Does
No
it? Okay.
kidding.
How
No
about this? Swiss Alps. I've been there.
Oh, that's rad.
So there. Does that beat California a little
I had a
bit?
friend that just
Yeah.
did
Okay.
Makes it so you can say you don't know me.
I had
Yeah.
Yeah.
a friend
Yeah.
that just did
Oh, you've
that.
never been to the Swiss Alps? I don't know you.
Exactly. Well,
He-
Swiss, Italian, and German Alps at the
Oh,
same time.
damn this.
Technically,
Shit.
just depending
It's the
because it was
Alps.
No,
because it was
they're
right
They're
there.
totally different. You have to go. It's a total different mountain.
What?
No,
They're
where they drop you
different
off.
peaks.
Yeah,
This
but it's all
one,
part of the same
I
mountain
crossed a
range.
lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the Matterhorn.
The Alps are the Alps.
Yeah, no, but you can be on one side at a high point in Italy, and you can be staring across at. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the lift that I got on, it was the highest point. So it went from Switzerland to the Italian Alps. So it landed you in the Italian Alps, and then you'd have to go back to the Swiss
Crazy.
Alps.
That's crazy.
It was just all bush,
Yeah,
together.
now I just don't like you.
Yeah,
Yeah, now
That's
it's
okay.
an overwhelming sense of
sorry.
We went.
That was the last time I snowboarded, by
jealousy?
the way.
envy, something inside of me
We
is just
went
like,
snowboarding.
just
like, what,
damn,
2 weeks ago?
I didn't get that
3 weeks
opportunity.
ago? We went a few
can.
days before the
Oh
end
no,
of the season.
that was 4 weeks ago.
Whatever. My buddy just went heli skiing
It's like whatever.
Ooh,
in Alaska.
wow.
You're making me feel like God, like I'm staring at Facebook's people's just glory roll.
It's like 10 grand.
Yeah, damn.
There's
Like
7
10
different locations in Alaska for Gila drops, and the minimum is 10 grand.
Yeah, it's like 10 G's, man.
And
Wow.
they range between like 3 and 4 days up to 7 days. 7 days I think is like 14 grand.
Are you a travel guide now?
No, I just been looking at helo drops in
Okay.
Alaska and the different camps that they have and how many drops you get per day, and
Wow.
it's epic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something I really want to do.
I can see that.
I can only get so high up these mountains that have lifts.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the highest I've been is 14,000.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
yeah, it was all right. It was a hike. So at Breck, you get dropped off at like 13 something. You can hike to 14.
Okay.
Just take
With
it
all
off.
that gear and everything. Yeah.
What do you mean? You take your snowboard, you put it on your back, you have an oxygen can. You go.
Okay.
You get up top, you smoke, you huff, you smoke, you huff, you smoke. You got a 40-minute ride. Yeah. As soon as you stand up, your brain goes,
Sounds fun.
I'm high.
Elevation's crazy.
That's
Oh, you
true.
take
Lack
the
of
elevation
oxygen.
though. This is literally like your legs get this tingle.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the
You
the
got to
cannabis
know how
tingles.
to
Oh yeah.
squeeze them good.
Oh yeah. Just that the next few like pushes out of the powder, your brain goes, "Are we here? Are we here? Oh, over here." Oh, it's epic. Yeah. What is this?
I don't know. I was just putting
Oh.
a little light, airy something
Just
in
a
the
mood in the
background.
background.
Yeah. We're just chatting.
But yeah, so we dragged him to Bear. He hadn't been riding in how many years? Date yourself. Have fun.
A lot of years.
A lot of years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of years.
And he hadn't been on new technology either.
Ooh.
So
I got new boots.
I put him on a LibTech
Nice.
with
And it
Banana
just
Tech.
stays. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's every time we'd hit ice, he was just like, the board just stays. And it's like, yep, man, it
I'm
does.
used to doing like way more work,
Oh no, yeah.
having
cool.
to bend my knees more
And I
and
think-
not turn. And
What bummed me out about that trip was, so when you go to Mammoth, you have little kid jumps and you have big kid jumps. And Big Bear had medium kid jumps and big kid jumps.
Hmm.
And so it was like almost every jump at Mammoth, I could just hit and just, I didn't have to stress. And when you go, almost every jump at Big Bear, I can just hit. There was only 3 jumps, which are 30 footers, where your brain goes, not today.
Crap.
You just kind of look at it and you go, nah, not today. But everything that was like 8 to 14 feet was just fucking beautiful. And when you get to Mammoth, you either get like 4 foot, over in like the little kids park, or you get how big are your balls? You know what I'm saying? Which is like, it's like 3 20-footers in a row. And then and you're literally just looking at this shit like, I am not 15 and professional. And so that kind of bummed me out because that ride with you was like every jump that was in my way, I was like, yes, yes, yes. And I could aim and then hit it.
I wasn't doing any jumps. That
No,
day.
it's
No.
okay.
I did a little like.
You didn't fall once. That's what you got to
good.
look at is that like
Nice.
you hadn't ridden in
Yeah, it was fun.
a minute and you never fell. And
We might be able to go one more time before I turn 40.
yeah.
One
And
more time.
I just wish Mammoth would produce like an intermediate park. They have an intermediate section, but it's all rails.
Kicks and rails.
It's
and-
fucking. It's
yeah.
not
Mhm.
intermediate jumps, and we need some intermediate
too
air.
much tranny.
Yeah. Other than that, it was crazy because we show up and they're like, "Yeah, it closes next weekend or some
No,
shit."
in 2 days.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was the last.
Really?
Yeah, we were there on Friday. It closed on Sunday. But
Yeah, I
Mammoth,
guess it's almost May. So.
Mammoth is open till 4th of July.
Really?
Probably
Yeah.
later.
That's cool.
Yeah, as long as it snows.
Yeah.
Did you see it just snowed in Seattle the other day?
Oh,
Did it really?
Yeah.
it's not over
crazy.
yet.
It's not over, yeah.
Mm-mm. And then
We've been-
Alpine is open till after 4th of July, scheduled to July 11th.
Where's Alpine?
Tahoe, California.
Oh, right.
Summit, Alpine and Summit. They had some crazy shit. I heard they had winds that was like 180 miles an hour or something. Like something crazy. Something where you're just like, no.
That doesn't sound real.
199 miles an
doesn't.
hour off the point, off the top of the summit or something like that. Like something, to Google search it.
Crazy.
It was crazy.
Are you are you searchable, findable online if anyone
yeah.
is interested in your work or your
Yeah, I have 2 Instagram accounts, and I'm trying to get better at posting and doing things for them.
What are they?
My professional one for stunts is called Stunt Journal on Instagram.
no underscores or
Nope, I got Stunt Journal.
great.
Damn,
That's good.
Yeah.
they're lucky.
I did.
Good brain over there.
And then the
Uh-huh.
other one's your name.
And then the other one is my name, Maria G. Colantes.
How do you spell that?
It's right
Uh,
there.
Yep, it's on the screen.
It's right there.
And
For those
G as in
for
gorilla.
those blind people.
Oh,
Hold on. For the blind people.
does he have a button for it?
I don't know.
For the blind people.
Put it up bigger
Just pick it off the whole screen.
Okay.
The whole screen.
for the blind.
Yeah.
See?
It's great.
See?
It's awesome.
Wow.
We'll make it a little smaller.
Well, it's COLLANTES.
There you go. There. That's how it's spelled.
You know it's
That's how
her
it's
when it
spelled.
says stunt performer.
And my reel is on there.
And she's
yeah.
exhaling fire.
Ooh.
Like-
Crazy.
For my for my Facebook.
Do you do
profile.
any like fire dancing or any of this
No,
stuff? You have friends that
But
do.
yeah, I have a lot of
yeah.
some friends that do that, and that
fire
Facebook
performers. Sorry,
thing, fire breathers
they're
and
not
whatnot.
dancers.
But yeah, they work with fire and whatnot in different elements for more circus than stunts.
Super cool.
Yeah,
There's that whole Polynesian aspect to the whole thing, which is
Mhm.
super rad too.
right.
The with the sticks and the
Mhm.
twirling and all that stuff, super rad.
Yeah.
So you're still on fire.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's not me. That's not a picture of me. I do need to put one up there of me on fire, but everything that I've done, only one has made it
about
to
the-
screen.
The
That was a significant job, but yeah, it was a cool shot.
but that's not you on
That's
fire.
not me on fire.
Oh,
I know. I don't really have a lot of stuff of me on fire film-wise, because a lot of it, just the film stuff I did was fire safety. And
Yeah.
then if it was a fire burn, it was just kind of workshops and things like that.
Yeah,
Nothing
be
crazy.
involved. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's like I tell people, you got to be
Okay.
involved. You got to be around it. If you got to live, breathe, and eat it before you're gonna
Definitely.
be successful in it. You know,
Yeah, and
right?
there's a lot to it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've
Just-
met a lot of stunt people who actually don't know much about fire or have
Oh,
very,
it's
very
it's
limited.
probably a very specific.
yeah,
part
it's
of it,
pretty
right?
expensive.
Oh.
So, like, for example, I helped a friend out, and I was
didn't see that coming, did you? Expensive.
it's extremely expensive. Yeah. And so a friend of mine, I set him on fire in his backyard for a little project that he was doing. And it was not a lot of people know about it. And he had been in the industry for 10 years at that point, I believe. And this was his first fire burn. So, and I had been in the industry maybe a couple months, and I had a good amount of fire under my belt. So just kind
Crazy.
of where I started. But yeah.
Imagine the guy.
I just
that-
don't understand how to perceive that statement. A lot of fire under my belt.
Well, no, think about it. It's like
There's just a lot there.
There's
in that
that-
There
statement.
is a lot there.
you know the Universal Studios has that Western show or whatever it is,
yeah, Waterworld.
right? And he gets caught on fire or something like
Yeah.
that, right? Think about that.
Yes, I know the
That
guy that
guy's-
did that for 12
That
years.
guy's getting burned every day,
No,
Yeah.
4 times a day,
Okay.
5 times a
it's
day.
insane.
Yep, and I know the guy that did it for 12 years.
Yeah.
So, one of the first
Does he
guys
have
I met-
eyebrows?
He does. He's also British. But the guy that does it now, I don't know who he is. I know
That's
that they've
funny.
casted it quite a few times recently because they have Waterworld castings.
Yeah, regularly. Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
It's like part of it's pretty genius like business just like model based on like you have like movies that you've done, but then you have attractions, and those people probably are great people when it comes time to like shoot something. You've got the guy there at the studio already. Like, what's the big deal? Like, call Jimmy over from Waterworld. He'll knock it out for you real quick. No big deal,
And then there's the special effects show that I believe is still there. And they hire Action Factory to demonstrate a fire burn and walk you through what they actually do on sets and the techniques and things like that.
That's like a private course or something?
No, that's just you can go and you can see the show for free at Universal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they've had it for a little while.
Cool.
So, yeah.
We're all learning.
I think
right
I've
now.
seen it. I think I've seen it before.
Yeah, they paint the guy and with the whatever diesel they're going to use and do the whole thing.
It's crazy. So. She's like, it's like, oh yeah, normal.
It is.
Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll.
Well, it's like you got the people that like to burn with suits on, and then you got the people that don't.
Yeah, I mean, we use technology from the firefighters and NASCAR and things
wraps
like that.
and stuff like that. I get it.
Yeah.
A lot of
Shirts and pants.
What's the stuff that doesn't burn?
Well,
what is it made
you
of?
can use Nomex.
Nomex,
But Nomex does burn at a certain point. It's just fire resistance. And then there's Carbonex, which ends up being the best.
What's an open flame? What is an open
I have
flame?
no
burn
idea.
at?
I don't remember the numbers
I think
anymore.
it's like
I used to know the science.
I think it's like 700 degrees is like an open flame.
Right.
Right. I need to look that up now.
Yeah, I'd be interesting because I don't remember.
Get out your Bic lighter.
But yeah,
Put your
Carbonex
finger
is
over
the
it.
best. Or natural fibers you can use too. Because you got to have a costume, generally.
So charcoal would be 750 to 1200. So it's like those are Celsius numbers, right?
Wow.
But like just a methane, like natural gas, which is a lot of time what we're talking about here, right? Like 1600 degrees.
Gasoline.
I wonder about butane versus gasoline.
What do you soak yourself in? Kerosene?
It changes, but generally what I've been taught with is rubber cement.
Rubber cement.
Mm-hmm.
Rubber cement.
Mm-hmm.
It burns cooler?
No, it just
makes
sticks.
it into like a pasty kind of material, almost like napalm or something
sticks
like
to
this.
if you're doing a naked gel. So if you're just doing the specific kind of gel, so there are different technologies within the gels and whatnot. So each one can do certain things. And so there's one called the naked gel where you can literally just put it on your skin, put whatever you're going to use as your fuel, and then just light it. So
and it protects you for like 30 seconds or something.
It depends. I think, let's see, the guy I get my gel from, he did a test with a blowtorch and just finger with fire gel. And they went for, I think, a couple minutes.
It's crazy.
But that was his gel. And so there are a couple different places you can go in LA to get it. But they're all going to vary slightly depending on how they're made.
Crazy.
So
I got my personal fire gel.
Yeah, well, finger's different. It's up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like climbing. It's not, your face isn't exposed. You're just sitting there like this, like,
Still.
The shitty thing is that heat is like a slow signal to the brain.
Flame is a flame.
Just heat in general is a very slow signal to the brain.
If something goes wrong, it's not the flame that'll kill you. It's the heat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So your brain doesn't, and then all of a sudden your brain goes, oh, that's hot. And by that time,
it's too late.
Yeah.
Usually.
You're a hot dog.
Yeah.
And it splits. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I don't know, man. How we feeling?
I feel great. I'm a little tired as we've switched up our schedule this week.
It's your fault.
Surprisingly. It is my fault, isn't it?
Everything's your fault. It's more fun to point
Sounds
fingers.
like you.
It's his fault.
Yep.
No, he didn't like the 7 a.m. thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys were up at 7 a.m.?
It's more like his wife didn't like the 7 a.m. thing.
Mm.
She's like, I only get 2 days off a week, and I don't want to be woken up at 6:30 in the morning. And this is of course, shit that I'm making up right now
Yeah, I don't
on
think
the
that
fly.
was exactly the conversation.
no.
Not exactly. You weren't there.
I wasn't there. Of
Are you
course not.
okay?
I'm paraphrasing something that I made up in my head.
Okay. You
Yeah.
weren't in the closet or
No.
anything like
No.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Not this time.
No. Haven't come out of the closet this week.
Oh, okay.
No.
Not
Last
this
week.
Last week
A
you
few
were good.
times. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Proud of you.
It's been a rough week.
Oh, you too. That's funny.
But this was good. Right?
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
it's
thank
awesome. She
you.
saved our ass.
Yeah, really.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Very last minute, but that's
so-
all good.
So let's we'll do the wrap. Where's the thing that I want? Oh, there it
Push
is.
the button.
All right. Today's episode was brought to you by the letter E. And Thank you,
Elderberry.
elderberries, for giving us. There's a lot of nutrients in elderberries. Hold on.
Are there?
Yeah, it was like
What
the-
kind?
Dude, the numbers were really high, actually. So, in dosages, right? Let's see what we got. There's vitamin C, 36 milligrams per 100 grams of elderberries. Zinc is 110 micro milligrams, or whatever the hell that means. And what's MCG?
I don't know.
MCG.
I said micro milligrams, huh? I don't know. Iron, 1.6 milligrams. Energy, 72.9 calories per 100 grams.
Micrograms. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
cool. I just, I had a
No.
moment. I had a moment where I was like, "Am I sounding
I don't even know.
stupid?"
I had to double check because
Yeah.
it made me curious.
So, it's the zinc that helps the common cold. So that's why. That's why elderberries are like
interesting.
epic. Yeah.
I love how we've created like a product for everything that's like man-made, where you could just, the real answer is like, well, don't you just have elderberry growing in your garden?
You
Yeah.
should, especially if you live in California.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's the right
we
climate.
live in a really weird society now.
Yeah, everyone wants to take a pill.
Yep.
It's things like when you're reading the back of a benzodiazepam and it says "do not take with grapefruit," is because grapefruit produces a natural response in the
Oh.
brain, and so you can actually overdose if you're eating grapefruit and taking benzos.
So it basically means you should just
Interesting.
take a fucking grapefruit.
grapefruit.
Yeah, you cut it in half, you put it in the fridge, and then you eat it with a spoon once a day. That's it. It's who would have thought?
Sounds
Holy
cheaper.
shit.
Wow.
Well,
E for elderberry.
yeah. All right, coming to you from a quaint little building on the cusp of North Hollywood and Burbank, RMC Studios. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What a-
RMC.
What a good hang.
Yeah. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thanks. Yeah,
And,
Thank you.
next week. Yeah, next week.
Next week.
Next Sunday.
Next week.
Next week.
Next
It
Sunday.
will happen.
Wow.
Where's the one that's the this one? Yeah, that one. There we go.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. We're going to draw it on down here. Thank you.